Hi everyone. Today I am going to discuss about a solar probe. This probe was launched by NASA on August 2018 from Florida. The name of this probe is Parker Solar Probe. It is one of its kind probe which is designed to provide humanity closest ever observations of a sun. I will cover the purpose of this probe as well as its features. But before that, let me tell you an interesting story behind its name. NASA has named this solar probe as Parker Solar Probe in honor of astrophysicist Eugene Parker. Nearly 70 years ago, in 1958, Dr. Parker, then a young professor at the university, published an article in the Astrophysical Journal called Dynamics of the Interplanetary Gas and Magnetic Fields. Parker believed there was high speed matter and magnetism constantly escaping the Sun, and that it affected the planets and space throughout our solar system. This phenomena known as solar wind. Solar wind is a vast concept and this required a video in itself. But I will explain you the solar wind definition. Solar wind is created by the outward expansion of plasma. Plasma is nothing but the charged particles from the sun corona. Sun corona is the outmost atmosphere of the sun. This plasma is continually heating to the point that sun's gravity cannot hold it. Once sun's gravity is not able to hold, the plasma will expand in the form of wind to the space. This plasma will travel along the sun's magnetic field lines that extend radially outward. As the sun rotates, it winds up its magnetic field lines above its polar region into a large rotating spiral, creating a constant stream of wind. Such emissions are throughout to come from large bright patches called corona holes. But when Eugene Parker found out about this phenomena of solar wind, it was a debatable concept. Based on Parker's theory, Sun's atmosphere was predicted to be as high as 1 million degrees Celsius, when its surface temperature is only around 6,000 degrees Celsius. It opposed the law of physics, how the atmosphere temperature is greater than the surface temperature. But later, researchers have identified the mechanism that provides sufficient energy to heat the solar atmosphere. So, to honor Eugene Parker, NASA has named this solar probe as Parker Solar Probe. Now, coming back to the Parker Solar Probe, this solar probe will approach the answers for unresolved mystery of Sun's atmosphere. This probe will use Venus gravity during 7 years journey to bring back its orbit closer to Sun. Based on the plan, on the final 3 orbit, Parker Solar Probe flies within 3.8 million miles of the Sun's surface, which is more than 7 times closer than the current record holder, the Helios 2, which came within the 27 million miles in 1976. The primary goals of mission are to trace how energy and heat move through solar corona and explore solar wind. But why to explore sun? There are reasons why scientists have chosen sun to be explored. Because sun is the only star we can closely study, and through this we can learn more about stars throughout the universe. The second reason is sun is a source of life on earth. It helps to understand how life on earth developed. Parker Solar Probe include instruments suits to study magnetic fields, plasma and energetic particle. It also consists of instrument which can take image of solar wind. All the instruments, which also called as payloads, mounted on the Parker Solar Probe will be maintained at room temperature. You must be thinking how it is possible to maintain room temperature when Parker Solar Probe is so near to the sun. There is a fantastic engineering which was done by the scientists in the form of heat shield. This heat shield can sustain a temperature of around 1377 degrees Celsius. This heat shield will provide a shade to whole spacecraft. This is the small intro which I have tried to explain you on Parker Solar Probe. I hope you have liked this video and do watch my next video which is on Parker Solar Probe findings. Thank you. Do like, share and subscribe the channel.